Now then, how we doing? Right, I want to get some grease into this machine. So, obviously got the grease gun, and I'm just got hold of one of those G-lock type grease holders, with a grease nipple, and clamp it on. And yeah, I've tried it for a couple of days, and it's actually very, very good. Right, here's the grease nipple here. A bit of a wipe off first, so we don't drive any old shite into the pins. Here's this G coupler I'm using. I'll give that a wipe as well. Basically, all you do, give it a squeeze, that locks on, that's on there then, which leaves you free put some grease in, and off it comes. Simple as that. That was bloody typical. I did one and then ran out of grease. Never mind, got a new cartridge in. Right, time again, clean up. All you do again is you pop this thing on over the top, that grabs, and you can tug on it and that won't come off. No matter what angle that's at, that still pumps grease in without squirting out the side. That'll do. Fair enough for squidge there. It releases, and that's it. As I said, I'm very impressed with it. I've seen one or two people using them on the internet and YouTube. I thought, well, we'll give her a go. The actual beauty of it is that it leaves you free to support the gun and obviously pump it. I mean, a lot of people like these battery powered ones now. I mean, I must admit I haven't tried one, but they do look good. And that just say you then support the gun. You aren't worried about having to hold this on, stop it getting pushed off. Yeah. I must admit there have been a couple of instances where I mean, these like remote ones, they're great, but where there's been, especially on the back actor, right on the bucket, and where the tilt is, there's one that you have to have it in the right position, otherwise it's quite tight to get in. That's the only fault I can find with it, but got it in, but it's just, you had to know where to position it, basically. I mean, I have seen some machinery where be it a digger or a tractor or a piece of equipment, and you can hear that's dry and there's no grease into it, and you can see often, you'll see, as I said before, you look out for telltale traces of like rust stains running down, and you say to the people, well, why haven't you got some grease into it? And they come out, well, I tried, but I can't get any grease into it, so I just leave it. I mean, that's just absolute bollocks. First thing is, if you do come up cake, that does happen. Sometimes even it could be on a new machine. Some of them won't take grease after a while. So what you can do, obviously these all got hex on them, so to put a spanner on. Take the buggers out, have a look, see if there's anything blocking it. And I mean, these are pence, absolute pence. So put a new one in, give that a go, or just swap one out for the minute, just temporarily swap one, see if you can get some grease into it. If you've got hold of a second-hand piece of kit and somebody hasn't looked after it, but there's not a lot of slop and play in it, that's the time to get onto it. So if you try that and you can't get grease into it, the next thing is put a bit of heat around it. I'm not talking, going bloody silly, but if you get a bit of heat around, often that will melt what old grease is in it, because grease can go bloody hard. You can dry up and go hard. and while it's hot you can get on there and pump some grease through and clear the blockage. If it comes to the very worst thing, draw the bugger out, draw the pin out and see why, you know, and get it on the bench and have a good look at it and check out exactly what the problem is. But I guarantee if you don't do it, two things are going to happen. First off, you're going to get excessive wear to the point where the machine's going to be unusable. Okay? For what? For 10 minutes work, at the very worst a morning's work, and now you've got a machine you can't use. In the worst case scenario, and I've mentioned this before, what happens is that the bush wears away or seizes, and the pin then either say seizes in the bush, or actually because the bush is gone, the pin rusts and seizes into the actual casting, and these rams will think nothing of just carrying on and tearing the weld out, busting it completely out, snapping something. It'll never go in your yard. That bugger will always go when you're away somewhere working or coming down the road or, you know, somewhere inconvenient. You know that's bloody sod's law. And you'll, at that point you'll just go, why didn't I do that? But like I said, no excuse for it. It's just bloody laziness, really. An old mate of mine always told me oil and grease is cheaper than steel, and that's so bloody true. It really is true. So like I said, if you can't get grease in, see why. There's a reason why. But 10 minutes, an hour, a morning spent investigating and sorting the problem out, you know, will either extend the life of the machine or it'll stop, you know, a major breakdown. So there you are, bit of monkey maintenance for you. I mean, some of these bits on this machine, you know, they're just badly designed if you ask me. They're just mud traps. But what we'd do on a later video, I'll show you when it's all caked in mud, just through normal use, and you know, you just get tons of stuff. And that's only because they haven't got you still see some here, look. They haven't got a sort of full like a mud guard right through there, and it throws it all through and onto this and then packs up under the cab, and you know, and the steps. Well, trouble is the mud guards aren't the full width. You know, I mean the back jack legs are wider than the wheels, so it's not as if they're gonna catch something. Then even the steps are out wider. So I don't really know why. Maybe it's just because that looks nice. I don't know. Well, it doesn't look nice when it's caked in shite. But as I said, I'll show you that on another video when before I've cleaned it, and you'll see what I mean with that. Well, apparently spring is officially here. And it's been a nice day today, very spring-like almost. They talk about turning wet tomorrow, over the weekend, and a bit colder. So, some hope of that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Look out yourselves, and mind how you go.